A relationship should not be based off of love.
I don't know if you want to hit that with that whammy. Got anything else in your pocket?
Nope, go for it.
I actually was going to ask you, what do you think a successful marriage looks like?
A successful marriage looks like two people with a common goal, with common financial goals, common business goals, common life goals, right? And those goals to me are what bind and bound, not permanently, but makes you want to be with someone despite hardships, when you guys have more in common and more to be together for than just love. Love is a feeling. So therefore, love will fade in and out. So you need more than just love for a relationship to work.
I love it. So, two things. One thing I always say is love is an action. However, this is actually a good conversation, because somebody would say, well, if love is an action, how do I know I love somebody? Right? The thing is, you fall in love per se. I don't want to use that term because that's wrong too. But you fall in love with somebody, and how the operation works within us combining the action with the feeling is a person, you see how they are, right? You see what they're typically like. And you see their mannerisms, almost said aneurysms. You see their mannerisms, and you fall in love with who they are. Now, love is an action. So, the equation really is, you see somebody, you like them, you're attracted to them, you like their character, and it makes you want to do for them. The equation of love is feeling good about their character, right? Understanding, knowing much about their character, and everything else you may like, whatever. And it's not love until the action follows it. So a lot of you say, I love you. It's not true. What? How is it not true? Because you didn't do anything for them. Like, it states that love is an action. So I could tell Ann I love her all day, all doggone day. But I'll never offer to do nothing for her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you need help? Hey, you want me to get your foot rub? I'll blow your back out? What you need? You know what I'm saying? Then it's just words. You don't understand that. Now, with that being said, it still ain't enough. It's not enough. And I'll say this, because I agree with Ann about the business goals and all that stuff aligned. I think that both people should be aligned, and there should be some warning signs, which there always are when somebody's growing apart. It's like, yeah, I want you to come with me. But TD Jake says something, and to this day I don't like it. But I have to accept it. He said, and I was expecting this happy ending, and there was no happy ending. He said, there was this guy at my church, and he kept coming in. They was going through marriage counseling. She just kept disrespecting him, doing this. She did whatever he wanted. He kept taking it and all this. And I'm paraphrasing. If anybody got the story, please post it. And just kept paraphrasing. Kept going on and on. Just kept counseling. I'm like, dang, bro. And he said, at the very end, she got sick or something like that happened, and she died. And he said, the only thing I could think of was, wow, you did it. Like, you did it. Like, I couldn't say divorce her because she's bad. I couldn't say leave her because, she's not getting the picture, she's not getting the point. I couldn't say none of that. Anything Americanized, he couldn't say. Just leave her because. He said he did what God's will says. Like, he stuck it through from sickness and health, whatever he was going through, sickness, support, all that. And he's like, wow, like she died. And he said, wow. That's all I can think is like, you did it till death do us part.
Yeah.
You did marriage.
despite the fact that she was not a good wife.
Right. And I would give that man, I wish I had enough money to cash out that guy. Because that's the hardest part. Now, I can't do that with everybody. Like, I know if Ann had a couple of days or bad days and all stuff. First of all, she's been past the phasing section, what I like to call. You get a woman very comfortable, and you see what she really want to do for you or to you or whatever. Most women don't last that long, but she showed me that months in. The facade gave way. I feel like we've been together for 17 years.
Really?
You know what I mean? So, like, the facade gave way. I don't mean to give too much information, but it gave way. And I don't mean the facade. I really mean the limerence, right? Our limerence lasted 3 months, which is like a record. Most people's limerence last like a year or 7 months. The highest is about a year. But our limerence gave way, and it just felt like we've been together forever. So much so, like, we could have nights where it's nice and spontaneous, and other nights it's like, well, if you want to do it, it's like, are you ready for me to start? Like, that's, and this, we have a real relationship. Not to, I'm not complaining about it. You know what I'm saying? If she got complaints, she could call me, or she could tell me after the meetings.
I don't. Shut up.
But I say all that to say, if Ann was to have a bad day, and she was to have bad weeks, or whatever the case is, I know her character enough to be like, all right, she's just tweaking, something's going on. Like, she did something today, and I was on my phone, and she's like, what you smiling so hard for? And I know where that came from. Instead of me being like, hey, here you go again, right? I mean, of course, if we're joking. But I say all that to say, if you get with a bad partner, they're bad, don't listen to me. I'm just giving you advice. I wouldn't even go through that. If it was somebody like a good woman or a good man, yeah. Obviously, do that to your partner. You wanted people like we know.
Listen. That love you when it's convenient.
Right. That's the weirdest feeling. Right? We're talking about love is not enough. That's the weirdest feeling in the world. Is to know that when somebody gives you something, it's like, oh, good boy.
Yeah.
Like, hey, can you respect me? Did you earn it today?
That's what it is. They don't respect you. 9 times out of 10, they don't respect themselves. So there's no way they could ever respect you if they don't even respect themselves. It's just not possible.
How so?
Because if you're with somebody who is, say you guys were married. They're out here cheating on you, disrespecting you. As the man of the household, they're not following you. That is not respecting themselves, because you're a married woman out here doing God knows what. So you're not respecting yourself. And in return, they're not respecting you either, because they're out here doing it.
Yeah.
And it's affecting you because you guys are married.
It's kind of crazy. Maybe some people in our comments can actually answer this too, but you know what, Ann? You answer this for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Answer this for me. Because guys nowadays do this, what I'm talking about, because it works.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be honest with you. For a guy who's not deeply into, like, F-boy stuff, a guy who had to learn F-boy stuff, he had a great upbringing, but he's doing it because, he knows he gets women or whatever. The problem comes in, where we want to give you guys love and affection and this and this. But I gotta ask you a question. Why do women take pretty much, I call it abuse, right? Like, it's different when I'm joking with you.
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's just one example. Like, I have a crap load of examples I can give you where it's just like, they just ain't that, right?
Yeah.
And I'm wise enough to know it's a self-esteem thing, but I need to know so I can help, or we can help women in the future, right? We're gonna get back to the love. Why is that acceptable? Especially like if you know a man that's not in his character, whatever, and he does it anyway, or he's showing you a good side of you, and as soon as he shows you the bad side, you're like, oh, I like that. Why? Just please explain it to me why.
That's because that's how they feel about themselves. And like you said, it's a self-esteem thing. If I know I am who I am, I know that I know what I deserve, I know what I don't deserve. I know that I'm not a perfect person, but I know that at the end of the day, I really do try my best, and I really do try to love as hard as I can, etc. So I know what I deserve and what I don't deserve. So if you were to come to me on some disrespectful stuff, it's not going to turn me on. It's going to very well make me very dry. You get what I'm saying? Because I know what I deserve, and I know I have self-respect for myself. But when you don't, as a woman, and you have a man that's dogging you, you know at the end of the day that's what you deserve secretly. I don't think it's not on the forefront of their brain like, ooh, I like this because I know this is actually what I deserve. No. But in the back of your mind, your subconscious is saying, he gets it. He knows who I am. He knows what I really do deserve. I like this. And therefore, I don't have to play to be this person that I will never be, this good person that I know I will never be. So yes, treat me like this because this is who I actually am. And this is what I actually deserve. He is about to run us off the road.
And so she doesn't have to pretend like she's going to change her ways. She knows she's not going to change her ways, and that's what.
So it's acceptable for you to treat me like that because that's who I am. That's what I deserve.
Somebody told me a while ago in high school, and I remember it actually now. Women don't always, right? Of course, for a very big degree, they see this way. Women don't see with their eyes, right? They see with their ears. And when I was in high school and I was growing up, I used to be like, man, I have to be a basketball player. I have to be this. I have to be this. I have to be this, right? Then you find this guy, right, who's like a solid 4 on his best day. Solid 4 on his best day. Might be overweight. His butt might stink. He just might be slow. He might be a bad boy, whatever. And I mean solid 4 on his best day. And you be like, yo, we be in high school, like, bro, how is he pulling these chicks? And you would look at him, and a certain kind of woman, you would never have a chance with, right? There's a certain kind of girl that's just like, she's never had any experiences. I'm not talking about sex. I mean, like, you know, out there, whatever. They would be curious by the guy, but even when he entertained them, we're like, I know you're trouble. And we can tell, like, those are the girls who had, like, good upper ranks, whatever.
Yeah.
But I always thought that you had to be a certain type. And I used to see this, like, I'm like, yo, how are these niggas? And then I saw, right? I'm 16 years old. My parents and my mom, my aunts respect women and do this and do this. And yet this guy is like, hey, come, you know, bring me lunch, etc. She don't do it. He's like, I don't want to talk to you. You know, you're just a little crummy old bee and all this stuff. She just loves it. Like the rejection and all that, she just loves it. And so for me, I'm like,
because it's familiar to them.
So it is an upbringing thing. And of course, you know, we can't say all people or all women, right? But I get it now, psychologically.
And it's also one of those things where women want men to be men. We want you to want us, yes, for sure. But at the same time, we don't want you to, okay, for example, I want you to want me, right? But I don't want you to want me so much that you put your goals, aspirations, the whole life on hold for me. That's not that's not how that works. It's not attractive to a woman.
Right.
So we want you to want us while still doing what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants a wimp. Nobody wants a simp.
Yeah.
Just like a man don't want a hoe or a BITC age or anything like that. So it just makes it more attractive when it's like, oh, I want you, but I'm not gonna sit here and put my whole life on hold for you. You just got to blend in.
Yeah.
If you don't, then that's on you. If that makes sense, I don't know.
That makes a lot of sense. The reason why I ask this is because for all of you that think that love is not enough, here's the big Whopper with cheese while we came all the way around. You, as a viewer, are probably in a relationship with somebody who you know good and damn well don't really want to be with you. And you know the signs, damn it. Men, you know the signs. If you gotta ask for sex, that's it. You are in that 94 percentile. That's one dead giveaway. You gotta ask for sex. I don't care if you've been married for 50 years. You gotta ask for sex. A person who loves you will know that there's some sense of accountability. It's totally demonic. They'll be like, well, I can't give it to you, but you can't go nowhere either. And I'll do it when I feel like it. Nigga, go cheat. Go leave. You ain't here for me, but you did. That person don't respect you. But I come full circle because a lot of you guys are going to be dealing with women. A lot of you women are going to be women more than anybody. You're going to be dealing with guys who up and down, wishy-washy, sniffing all towards the which way, but you still love him. And you say, well, because I love him, that'll be fine. It'll be enough. It'll make him stop doing everything he's doing. Oh, I know it to be true. No, it's false. It's a lie. Because he does not equip the education or the audacity to learn himself enough to be in a self-controlled environment within his own head. I get it, guys. I get it. But the reason why I come full circle is because I don't think that a person, now we're going to get into the education, a person should ever base their relationship on love. Now, are there benefits of being in a relationship? Absolutely. I'm going to give my pointers. I'm going to let Ann have the rest of the show. I think these three factors make a great partner. These three factors. Do they do things when they don't feel like it? And I mean at their worst. I'm not talking like, I want to go to the grocery store. I don't feel like going. That's a terrible example. I'm talking, how many times did your girl call out? How many times did your dude say he gonna do something with you? You're like, I changed my mind. He did that for 3 weeks in a row. That's the stuff I'm talking about, right? Even more so like self-propelled stuff. Well, I have to do a song. I want to do an album. Okay, well, I don't feel like doing it. I've been saying for the last 10 years I'm gonna write a song. I never did it. That's important. If you watch that, because that's exactly who you're gonna get. You think you're that much important? You think your ass is that fat? Excuse me. That he gonna be like, yeah, I'll put everything before you. It's probably a bad example because some simps will. But in the reverse, if they can't do things when they don't feel like it, that's not a great partner. It's not. The second thing to watch out for, the very, very second thing to watch out for is, do they obey principle? If they cannot obey principle, like you and I watched this Miles Morales thing, and it was one of the best things I ever heard in my life. Illustrations, everything. And he said, I like orange juice. But if I put orange juice in the car, it's not, what did he say? It's not with the manufacturer's warranty. Basically, essentially what he's saying is the car takes gas. And because he likes orange juice, it's like, well, if I like it, my car would like it. And so if you put orange juice in your car would tank because that's not what the car needs. If you get with a person and they can't, outside of just following the principle of what your needs are, they can't follow a principle of what life's needs are, how are they going to succeed? And I get it because, listen, I can be transparent about my stuff. My savings account was amazing. and then some stuff happened with a family member. I helped them out, or a friend. I helped them out, and then I had some other stuff, and I was like, hey, let me do this live recording. Burnt some money out for a live recorder. Like anything that I would blow money on would be for an investment. And that was bad because it still wasn't of a savings mentality, right? I had to come out of that. But it doesn't mean that because I was investing, listen up clearly. I'm like, oh, this is going to pay off one day. I'm going to have amazing songs. You might turn this to a speech one day. I'm going to have amazing songs. I'm going to have this and I'm going to have this. It doesn't mean that was a great thing to do because I didn't have the freaking money. So it doesn't matter that it's an investment. You didn't obey a principle of money, of investing, of law, the law of thirds with money. You didn't obey that. You just did what you wanted to do. It was for a great reason, but you didn't want to do. So can a person actually follow principle? So the third and very last thing, this is important. Do not let go of this. This is very important. How is their relationship with their parents? The reason I say that is this. Everybody is a spawn of their own parent, given they spend enough time with them. I don't give a crap what you say. I don't like my daddy. I don't like my mama. I've seen so many people. I ain't gonna be like them. I ain't gonna be like them. They got 5 kids. You end up with 5 kids. I ain't gonna be like them. They angry. You angry. I ain't gonna be like them. They poor. You poor. You're gonna be what your parents are because your subconscious psyche learns from the age of 0 to 7. It learns patterns, behaviors, beliefs, and it's going to take 7-fold over that. So 7 more years for you to really get out of that thought process if you don't already start the process now. You're going to be who your parents are. And the reason why I say this is a 2-part is because you're either going to stick around your parents and become them, or when you get older, you don't like the upbringing, anything like that. You separate yourself to become your own self. And that's going to take time. Now, if you want to be a millionaire by the time you're 27, but damn it, you bet by when you're 20, you better start taking strides by yourself. Because it's going to take a long time to reverse that. Now, if you're doing the due diligence, you can be a quality person. But if your parents were trash, chances are you may be trash also. And I'm not saying trash like, oh, you're nothing, but I'm using terminology that you guys would use. The reason why I say this is because if you turn out to be quote-unquote trash and you really think you're all that you're not, you're going to set yourself up for failure without realizing you need to start from ground zero. What conversations need to be had? What therapy sessions need to be had? What conversations can I have within myself if my parents are gone or anything like that? What can I do within myself? Because I'm only going to be who they are, and I'm going to give you guys a newsflash. Every relationship you have is going to suck if you can't repair that aspect of yourself. When you're looking for a partner, you need to see the type of relationship they have with their parents. Prime example, some of my exes, and I'll leave it at this. Some of my exes had very terrible relationships with their father. I got to prove something because he left me feeling powerless, or, I'm angry because he never gave me the time of day, or, I'm sad. I want to give myself to a lot of men because he was always missing. You have to know a person's history with their parents. And that needs to be something you look for, because these are educating. Those 3 things are 3 big things you're going to want to look for when it comes to getting a good partner. Because love is not going to suffice. One day you're going to say, I don't love her. I do not love her, bro. I don't love him. And you're going to think that because you feel that way. But when you say off the tip of your tongue, I don't love her. She been getting on my nerves for the past week. I don't like her. Watch your actions. When your woman says one day, you get on my damn nerves, she still make breakfast for you. That means she loves you. She still makes sure you're okay. She said, hey, you good? Yeah, I'm all right. That means she loves you. Those are things you want to watch out for. And I'm done.
Woo!